Hi, South Africans. Solim Wayne here. I haven't done this sort of thing for a long time, but I think it's important in this cacophonous space where there is so much anger, frustration, desperation for voices, individual South African voices, to stand up and say something slightly different, not for the sake of being different, but because it's very easy to fall for the poetry, for the repeated narratives, for the slogans, to say Mabahambe, which flows very nicely off the tongue, without always thinking about the implications of it. It's happened in many countries around the world over many years. It happened in Rwanda, it happened in Uganda, when people were chased out of that country. It happened in Germany, it happened in Armenia, it happened in many years, over many years in many countries. So I think that as South Africans, we need to think really carefully about how we respond to the frustration, which is genuine, to the anger, to the desperation, to the poverty, to the state of helplessness. First of all, we need to register to vote, and to vote the incumbents out of power. We also need to be to be clear about what kind of country we want to live in. We need to be careful about the reality of human migration, which is a global phenomenon, a historic phenomenon. Of course, we should also be harsh on ourselves, especially those of us, our brothers, our sisters, who are employed at Home Affairs offices, at border offices, customs offices, who demand or accept bribes in exchange for official South African documents. I have traveled, and many of you probably have, in many countries. I have never been to a country where one could simply offer money to a customs official in exchange for a visa or a passport or a driver's license. I've never seen that. You have to really hate your country to behave like that. And I don't think that we're talking enough about the people who enable so much wrong to happen in South Africa. Government has failed us, there's no doubt about it. But there are many South Africans who are failing us every day because they sell this country for greed, to enable people who don't belong here to come here and create havoc and commit crime, all sorts of crimes. So there are good people who are not originally from South Africa, who came here legally, who work within the law, who exercise their professions in different sectors of our economy. We should embrace those. Many countries, many successful democracies have been built thanks to the arrival of skills from elsewhere. But of course, we should also be harsh on both South Africans who break our laws and foreigners who come here and go through our borders by paying bribes or in the middle of the night crossing lines that they shouldn't cross. But we should not use violence against them. Ideally, everyone who is in South Africa should be registered. They should have some form of visa, passport, permit. Government should make sure that everyone who is in South Africa is documented in one way or another. But it's not up to us citizens to go around demanding for people to produce their papers and to hurt them when they don't have them. It is government that must do that. And if the current government is not doing that for this country, for the sake of South Africa and all of us, we should vote it out. Get a group of South Africans or a different political party, or ideally not a single party, different parties, to get together and work for this country, for the sake of this country. Mindful, of course, that South Africa will always be part of the global world, whether Southern Africa, Africa, the global South. So we are not an island. We will never be an island. But we do have borders, and those borders must be respected. We must be the first one to respect and to enforce the laws of South Africa before we expect other people to do the same. So whatever we do in these moments of desperation and anger and frustration, poverty, we have to be mindful that the deeds that we throw out there will live after us. Do we want to be remembered for what? For good or for bad? It is up to each one of us to make that decision. Thank you.